To hear about you, and you told that you love the English language. So, how did this love start in the first place? And did English choose you, or you chose English as a career?
Both chose each other, I must say. Because there's in fifth standard, because I was admitted, my mother took my admission in an Gujarati medium school because her principal, she was also a teacher. So
Mm.
her principal advised her that you should not send your child to English medium just because there is no environment back home.
In 3 decades of teaching English experience, right? Some people think you need to ace your grammar before you start speaking, and there are a lot of myths revolving English fluency. So, what are the biggest English learning myths according to you?
Myths, yeah. The main thing is that people think that I should be perfect, then I will speak, then I will open my mouth. So that is a myth because there is no perfection in your English language journey. There is only progress. People think that if I will learn entire grammar thing, then I will be fluent. Some people think that if I know so many words, then I will be fluent. Right?
If you want to polish your grammar and become better at it, not only that, even if you are somebody who is preparing for your government exams, I would highly recommend this book by Oswald Books. I'll show you the book. If you're preparing for your government exams or you would like to improve your grammar skills, I would highly recommend this book by Oswald Books. This is your handbook of English grammar for school exams, competitive exams, and everyday use. I'm going to open a page and show you. For example, consider this chapter on tenses. Here you can easily see the rules and how to practice your grammar. Not only this, they give you plenty of examples and then they give you exercises as well, which you can solve and check your knowledge of grammar. So, if you would like to purchase this book, check out the link in the description box because if you use my coupon code Shantha20, you will get up to 40% off. Check out the description box for the link. Hey, good afternoon. It's so nice to see you. How are you doing?
I am so privileged to be here, ma'am. And I'm still digesting that I am here.
Okay, so how is your health? Is everything okay?
Now I am out of it. It was a harrowing experience. I had blood infection, so the fever was very high. So now it's all okay. I'm recuperated and then I recovered fully.
Okay, that's nice to know. So, how is your day going on? Did you have a busy day or a relaxed one?
Yeah, relaxed one, ma'am. After retirement, I have the usual days. All the days are the same, but I just try to bring some novelty to it by engaging myself to different types of platforms, English speaking communities and or WhatsApp communities. So I keep engaged to those activities. And
Oh, that's
I
great
have
to
a
hear.
hobby of reading also. So
Uh-huh.
I read books and that way I spend my time fruitfully.
Trying to keep yourself busy. That is so important,
Yeah.
isn't it?
And I also conduct some tuitions in the evening. I engage in teaching
Okay.
is I have 4 or 5 students, which are my old students, because I have shifted to this premises, this residence recently. So I have my old students from there where I had been living there. So I am teaching them English.
Okay. Shows that you love teaching. It follows you beyond your classroom or your college. You love teaching, isn't it?
Yeah, English is kind of my first love, ma'am.
Okay.
Since childhood, I've been with English. I'm living with English.
That's great. And we'll
So,
come to that story later, but first we'll start with your introduction. So please tell us
yeah.
about yourself.
I hail from Ahmedabad city and I am born and brought up over here, which is in the state of Gujarat. Uh, I have studied till MA, post graduation in language and literature, English literature, and B.Ed also. Then I immediately got the job in a college as a professor. Then I spent my 36 years teaching English and communication skills. So I had a wider experience of interacting with lot many students, variety of students over the years. And then I got retired, but my passion for English has continued, and I am still engaging myself in English related activities. That's my story, and my hobbies are music and reading and English. This is
Okay.
my short introduction.
That's amazing to hear about you. And you told that you love the English language. So, how did this love start in the first place? And did English choose you or you chose English as a career?
Both chose each other, I must say. Because in fifth standard, because I was admitted, my mother took my admission in an Gujarati medium school because her principal, she was also a teacher. So
Mm.
her principal advised her that you should not send your child to English medium just because there is no environment back home. So your child will be confused. So she must get the good environment in the preliminary years in the primary education. So mother tongue is better. So she took the decision. But when I was in fifth grade. Then I got English as a subject. But I was down with typhoid and could not attend the school. And when I resumed my school, uh, 3 4 lessons have already been taught in the classroom, and my friends were reading all the full sentences, and I could not. So that hurt me a lot. Then I started my journey with vehemence, I must say. And yeah, I started my journey from there. And I just got myself immersed in learning this language. Even I was in the habit of reading big, thick volumes of my uncle's books, thick volumes in English. Even though I didn't understand a word, I just went through it. I read it, with reading aloud kind of exercise. And that way, I was developing my confidence at a very little age in the fifth standard. But yeah, but when I entered college, I took English as a principal subject. And in my school also, I was quite popular that she is expert in English.
Mhm.
That way, I got the highest marks in English all the time. And then I started my college with English as a principal subject. And
Mm.
then MA and MPhil and B.Ed also. So that way I lived with language,
Oh,
English
that is so
language.
impressive. Um, but you took a lot of input, right? Reading practice and then academics. But what about speaking practice? Did you have environment around you, people around you with whom you used to practice speaking? I don't think so.
Not at Not at all, ma'am. That was the quite hurdle, na? It was a hurdle for me. My journey is full of hurdles and
Mm.
difficulties because my journey has I had no such environment or exposure, any kind of. There were no TVs, no mobiles, nothing. Technology was not the word that we have heard. Yeah, we had heard. No. So, yeah, it was a difficult journey. Whatever English that we could get was only from the books, from the teachers, and teachers also used to teach in bilingual, using bilingual approach, right,
Mm.
in the classroom. And everything was translated into mother tongue equivalent. So it was very difficult for me to become fluent in the even today also I feel diffident that I am not that perfect in English. This is a journey. I have to attain perfection. I am not perfect. I have to learn communication skills. So that way it was quite a confusing journey, I must say. It was a bumpy ride for me. But
Mm.
I tried my level best. Yeah.
I think you're being really humble and saying that your English is not up to the mark. So I think that every learner
Yeah.
has to feel that way because some people say, I'm also a trainer, I know a lot of things, but your attitude is different. That is still there is so much to learn
Yeah.
for every person.
Yeah, because I have always felt that this mother tongue medium, this Gujarati medium has live a some kind of harmed my progress. It has jolted a bolt, right, kind of thing. So that is why I feel diffident And even today, when I talk with some better speakers, I freeze. I tend to freeze in front of better speakers, right? So, yeah,
There's
that is my
always somebody
case.
who is going to be better than you, and when you face that person,
Yeah.
it is common for you to freeze. And then that is how I think you keep growing by challenging yourself. And now there are a lot of WhatsApp groups, Facebook groups, right? Technology has brought, opened so many doors for us. But what is the biggest difference learning English back then? I think in 80s you learned your English, 70s and 80s. Back
Yes, yes,
then,
70s, 80s.
70s. Okay. Back then to
70s,
now. So
80s.
what are the major differences you notice?
Big difference, major difference. It has come about a sea change in the teaching techniques and learning techniques. Everything has changed, right? So in our times, it was very difficult to hear a word in English.
Hmm.
I remember that we used to listen to English by adjusting our radio to Radio Ceylon, where BBC London was broadcasting news.
Oh.
And yes, we were so eager to listen to those news items, na. So I used to fix my radio station properly so that I could listen to English news. Otherwise, there was no kind of English being available to us. It was not available to us, and we were just grappling with our circumstances. Only we can read a lot. Books are there. Books were there, but spoken English was nowhere to be listened to get. Yeah.
Hmm.
So that
I
was our
can.
case, and in that kind of environment, we had kept our ties so tight with English.
That's true. I
Yeah.
can totally relate to what you said because when I was in school as well, we didn't have so much of technology and we did not have so much access to electricity as well. And my social teacher would say you have to watch the news every day and write down a few points and come. So I would wait for 9 o'clock and I used to tell everybody that 9 o'clock is my time. I need to watch the news and write down a few points. And I used to pray that, power didn't go off. So
Mm.
still the
Mm.
resources were limited, but now I think you can rewatch it on your phone, or you don't have to worry about electricity as well. You have inverters in everybody's houses these days. So I think sea of change.
Even I had made it a point. I had made it very clear with my kids that they used to listen to English NDTV channel. Otherwise, I was to getting only the world this week. Even after my marriage and kids, world this week by Pranav Roy. That I was listening every Friday. That I got. And I was too much interested. And I made it a point that my kids also listen to it. And they used to listen to and watch NDTV, where Khadat and those, all the uh, journalists over there. So I have given them good exposure to the language. And I made it a point that they become well versed because I kind of fulfilled my dreams through them. I got them admitted in a good English medium school, college, everything. So my eldest daughter is she is a professor in English in a Nirma University, and my younger daughter, second daughter, is a CA, and she is living in Ireland. And my
Oh.
son also, he is MBA and doing corporate job. So I have fulfilled my unfulfilled desires through them. Kind of, I can say that, proudly say that.
So happy to know that. And more than 3 decades of teaching English experience, right? Some people think you need to ace your grammar before you start speaking. And there are a lot of myths revolving English fluency. So, what are the biggest English learning myths according to you?
Myths. Yeah. The main thing is that people think that I should be perfect. Then I will speak. Then I will open my mouth. So that is a myth because there is no perfection in your English language journey. There is only progress. That you should remember first. And you
Hmm.
have to start from the very basic level, first of all. And you should not treat English as a subject. People think that if I will learn entire grammar thing, then I will be fluent. Some people think that if I know so many words, then I will be fluent, right? Some people also feel that watching English movies. will benefit me a lot and I will be fluent. These are all the kind of myths prevailed in our side, our social society, right? Even there is another myth, kind of that adults cannot learn English.
Yes.
That is also there. That is also there.
Hmm.
So all these are myths. I think so.
Some
The
people say we
major
are
thing
too
is
old
this.
to learn
Yeah,
like
too old
English. Yeah.
to learn English. Yeah,
Mm.
and
Okay.
that is why people are hesitant.
That's true. And do you think people in your era were more disciplined and motivated, especially students, to learn? And do today's learners actually have more opportunities because of technology?
Yes, ma'am. In my classroom, my students were very naive. You can direct them in whichever direction
Yes.
you want to, you can take them. And somebody speaks in English, and they were awestruck by that. If they are making noise in the class, and if you speak in English, you will deliver a speech in English, the entire class will be silent. They will keep mum immediately. So that was the power of English, right? And they were so naive because they are from, because my college was also a vernacular medium college, and
Mhm.
they hail from very humble background, and their English was not that up to the mark. So they were so eager to learn from us, and we had to also adopt bilingual approach to teach them. So it was very easy going, but it was the uphill task also, because we taught them English through Gujarati.
Mm.
Every time we had to give them a Gujarati equivalent. Okay,
Mm.
otherwise they won't understand. So that was the thing. And with that level, we have to teach them communication skills, business English, because mine was a commerce college,
Ah,
and communication theory and all, characteristics of communication, business communication and all. So it
mm.
was an uphill task, I must say.
Yes. But
But
now I think
yeah, we tried.
mm-hmm. I think students in these days they have a lot of access to social media, YouTube, AI, and plethora of content. There is no shortage of resources for them to learn. But what is one learning method which is effective across the generations?
Yeah, today's generation, they students today are very at ease with the language. They know that we know, like English is their second nature. It has become like that.
Mm.
Okay, but the process of learning is the same. You have only the tools, AI tools, whatever. So AI can motivate you, they can give you feedback, they can provide you, facilitate you, everything. But learning though has to be done by you. You have to learn the language. So it is a support system. But the person who learns the language, she has to involve in the process, immerse himself, herself in the process. Without that, all these tools are useless. Right. So people are learning nowadays after English, they are learning AI. It is a
Mm.
new trend,
Yes.
because if they don't equip themselves with all these technological tools, then it is next to impossible for them. Though
Mm.
English has become their second nature nowadays, they are quite fluent and confident, as if they no more require any kind of guidance and all. But still, they make mistakes. And we as teachers are still in demand to correct them, to facilitate their journey, right? So it is
Yes.
not like AI versus teachers.
No.
Teachers are never going to go, no. It is like, it is highly likely to be AI plus teachers, because
Mm.
those teachers who learn the AI, who will learn AI, they will replace those who do not, right? But
Yes.
teachers will always be there. They will not be extinct, obsolete. I don't think so.
Mm. I mean, you just mentioned a very nice line that is there is never perfection, there's only progress. So that is a
Yes.
really valid point. And do you sometimes envy that I wish I had AI or YouTube or such resources when I was learning English? Maybe my journey was a little it was struggling. I mean, you struggled to learn the
Yeah.
language. Do you sometimes feel envious about it, or do you think like it's okay, I did my best and I did it by myself and I'm proud of it? So what's your point of view?
I am proud of it because I struggled a lot. I worked very hard. That way I am proud. But I missed all these things in those days. Had it all this been over there at my time, I would have been more confident, more better speaker, advanced learner, advanced speaker, like that. It is a human feeling, ma'am, that
Hmm.
will come to you.
Yes, even
All this,
I mean, I can relate to the question as well because when I was learning English, I was in my school and there was no technology as such which you can make use of. But I do not envy it. I somewhat feel when you have access to a lot of resources, you end up feeling confused and you start
yeah,
procrastinating. It's always on hand. You can do it later or you can do, or sometimes, when you're very aware of things, you expect results. When something happens subconsciously, it just happens and you're not worried about the result. You just learn. You're into learning. That's it. So, somewhat, I feel that subconsciously I learned the language good for me because now I would be diverted because there's so much content online. It's so
yeah,
hard to stay
yes,
motivated and to like
yes, yes,
focus on your goal or what you want to do. So, I am somehow really satisfied that I did it without the help of technology.
yes, yes. And we become quite disenchanted with all the things, so many things. So, what to choose from?
Hmm.
We become like that, and we become at ease.
Hmm.
What everything is on our platter, so we don't need anything. That kind of we don't bother about things. That also happens. So
Hmm.
when everything is on your platter, now you become quite. You don't worry about anything. So that happens
That's true.
sometimes.
Okay, just assuming that you are an online teacher of now, so what would your step by step plan look like if you want to advise somebody to learn spoken English starting from zero with the help of AI, YouTube, etc.? So, what would your plan look like?
I have my own personal plan. I don't extract anything from anywhere because it's an age-old technique that I adopt in my classroom with my students. And every student has a different need. So it should be it is not like tailor-made course for everyone. I have to cater to the needs of the student. What is the level of the student? What is the level of vocabulary, knowledge of grammar, exposure to the language, social circumstances the person comes from, everything. I have to take into consideration. And then, like a doctor, we have to diagnose the symptoms of
Hmm.
the patient or of the language learner in our case. And then we have to provide them the necessary treatment. So that kind of I doctor the course for each and every student in an exclusive manner. I
Hmm.
treat at a person at a time, a student at a time. What is his needs? That is there. And some basic knowledge. Some students don't know simple spellings also. So I
Hmm.
have to start my teaching journey from their level. So every student has a different level. So accordingly, I go ahead with them. Like a sound system, I have to even make them understand the difference between capital letters and small letters, then different sounds of the letters. If we join together these two letters, then it will sound like this: T and H is the, D and H is the, like that. From that level, I have to start sometimes, and then I go to the simple words, and then I increase the level of difficulties, and accordingly I go ahead. So there are
Hmm.
students, different varieties of students, and
Yes.
even I have IELTS students appearing for IELTS also. There
Hmm.
are total 10 to 12 students I have taught them, and they are abroad nowadays because they have cleared, they have got the kind of required bands. So
Hmm.
their level is different. So all varieties of levels I am catering to
Hmm.
according to their needs, as per their needs.
There is no one size fits all. Like we take group classes,
Yes,
so every
one size
person's
fits all.
absorption
Yes,
capacity might be different. Their wantings
capacity.
might be different, as you said. Some people, even suffer with the writing, but some people are really good at writing. They only are struggle with speaking English. So I think you have to
Mm.
diagnose and you treat them accordingly.
Yes, ma'am. Some
Hmm.
people, some students have spelling difficulties. It's not
Hmm.
possible for them to. to come out with correct spellings. So
Hmm.
I teach them spelling techniques also, somewhat, which
Hmm.
is workable.
Wow, so much of knowledge. Oh, that's great. So even after retiring, you choose to continue teaching rather than taking a break. So what is the reason behind that?
Simply love for the language, nothing else. And some people have just prompted me that you should uh, continue teaching because you are a useful person as a teacher to the society. So I thought, let's continue. And even I am also enjoying it. So yeah, it is making my day fulfilling, right?
Of
Even
course.
if I don't teach anybody during the day, I feel unfulfilled. I feel something is empty today.
Hmm.
It is like that. So I have to impart learning to my students at least once in a day.
Really,
So that is
yes.
my habit.
It's your habit, right? And it happens on an autopilot mode whenever you think,
Yeah.
otherwise you start feeling there's something missing from my day. Do you
Hmm,
also plan to
hmm.
give online classes? Because I think people might be interested in knowing and learning from you.
Yes, ma'am. Right now I am giving online classes only. All my students are learning online because I
Okay.
live very far away from them now.
Okay. Okay.
So
Hmm.
I am engaging my classes online.
Yes. And you also told that AI can never replace teachers. So, what are some things that only teachers can do and AI cannot?
Hmm. Teachers can do everything. Only speed is not there like AI, right?
Uh,
There will not be it won't be such a speedy business with teachers. No, they can't give you instant feedback. They have to
hmm.
evaluate. Teachers will take time
Hmm.
to process everything, and teacher has to cater to a class of so many students.
Yes.
So it is time consuming, and human limitations will be there.
Yeah.
Like it's not possible to reach out to each and every student, right? So sometimes teachers remember students only by the face or the roll number,
Hmm.
right? So it's very difficult to assess them perfectly. So
Hmm.
some kind of imperfections will be there.
Yes, yes, yes. And teachers are also humans, and humans tend
Yeah,
to make errors, right? They're
make
not
a
AI, but
make
I
a
think
miss.
AI is error free and it is available to you 24/7. That is the biggest advantages of AI. But again, teachers give you that emotional touch. You cannot always keep
Yeah,
learning from a
and
machine. You don't feel that satisfying. But when you learn from a human, I think the feeling is different.
human factor, empathy. Teacher can judge a student from her personal standards, where the student is hesitating, where which are
Mm.
the areas of errors that a student is committing, all these things. So human touch will be there with teachers. With
Mm.
AI, I don't find it comfortable because it looks mechanical to me
It
when I
does.
practice in front of AI.
Of
It's
course, it
very
does.
machine-like. Yeah.
Mm. Mm. So moving ahead, what would you like to do? What are your plans?
As of now, I don't have any plan. I am just living with English,
Mm,
spending my time productively, and whatever I can give to my students, I am trying to give. And looking for such platforms wherein I can engage in English speaking and do my speaking practice and some kind of exposure to social media and YouTube and all. But I don't know the nitty-gritty of creating an YouTube channel or something like that. I have no knowledge of technology. So I am spending my time like this in my own
but
humble way.
I think you will benefit a lot of people in case you start your YouTube channel and start teaching because for the kind of knowledge that you have, I think everybody should have access to learning from great teachers like you who have so much of knowledge. So I think you can consider it.
Yes, that kind of idea is germinating in me, but I have no support system. My kids are very busy in their own life, so I am all alone by myself. And recently, I have lost my husband also, so that phase is going on. Yeah,
Oh,
so I am just, and that is why I am intensively involved in this kind of activity. Yeah,
of
all these things
course.
has happened. Life goes on.
Yes, it has to go on. So, any questions you
Yes.
wanted to ask me?
Yes, ma'am. I would like to ask because you are a famous, kind of popular, and a very lovable, loving YouTuber. So, what experience you have gathered from your exposure to the people and society at large? What
Hmm.
kind of individuals you interact with?
Yes, that's a very interesting question because prior to starting YouTube, I did not even know that people had were having challenges in learning English. This is something I assume that everybody speaks English. And, we have access to technology now and so much exposure to so much of content. And I always assume that everybody knows English and everybody speaks good English. It should not be something they are struggling with. But once I started YouTube channel, I got to know that
Came to
it is
know.
a problem area for so many people. Cannot speak English irrespective of the resources, so that
And it
was
is their
one
dream.
revelation for
It
me.
is their dream to be a better speaker, right? And it is
Yes.
their dream. Yeah.
Yes, I started and then I learned a lot of things because I used to speak English naturally, but some nuances of it or what this thing is called, what that thing is called. So that those things I learned after starting my YouTube channel. Later I got to know that there's something called as idioms, there's something called as phrasal verbs. I used to use them in my language speaking, like instead of taking care I would use say look after, but that something happened naturally with me because only through listening practice and speaking I would speak all of that. But then I came to that look after is a phrasal verb that advanced speakers mostly use, so the definitions I learned, but English was always
Later
there.
on.
So these are
Yeah.
some revelations, and people are really nice. I assume that social media was not for everyone, decent people or average people. It's not for them, and maybe it won't suit. But then I realized
Yeah.
social media is for everyone. They are
Everyone.
pretty. I mean, there are nice people also, respectful, decent, kind, and they're also into learning seriously. So they're not just wasting their time commenting on videos or watching videos. I found really dedicated, motivated, focused people who really want to improve their language. So that keeps me really motivated to create helpful content for them. So yeah, I think and many more things. I've connected with more than 1,000 people till now, and every conversation has taught me something about the person, about life, about English. So it is a very rewarding experience.
Nice, nice. Your response is quite thought provoking and enriching, I must say. Second question, ma'am, because I know that you have
You
done
can call me
MTech
Shanta. I have to call
and
you ma'am. You just call me Shanta.
you have done your MTech. So, how have you taken this U-turn and zeroed in on English as your niche on YouTube?
I actually did my engineering and I did not do my MTech.
Engineering.
I was into IT and I was a software engineer. Then I had 10 years of career gap. Suddenly I realized let's start teaching because that was something I could manage from my home, like online teaching. Then I applied for jobs, but then the time was not matching. I had to be available when they wanted. And my kids were small, they were pretty demanding. I had to be there for them. Then, but still, I joined as a spoken English trainer, providing my own free time or free slots there. But then again, I thought, let us be accessible to everyone. Why should somebody pay to learn from me? Let's do something on social media where people can see and learn for
Yeah, yeah.
free and they can connect with me and just have a conversation or learn from the speaking practice. So that is how it started. Like looking at people doing conversations that motivated me. Let me also do this because when they are doing and they're not even perfect in English, I mean, they're not fairly good in English as well. So why not I start my channel of my own so that people can learn. So that is my story, how I started YouTube.
Oh, good that we have started. We have availed a lot from your channel, and I am a regular. I am watching your YouTube channel regularly, and I get so many things to learn from them. The third and the last question is, how do you prepare your Content.
Well, I think conversations are pretty.
What strategies do you employ while creating the content?
Hmm. Initially, I would just have a random conversation with people, just a natural
Mm.
chit chat of like doings, hobbies, etc. But later, I realized people are more into English learning. They want to know how to learn, what to do, what are the resources, learn from people's experiences. So then I shifted my content slightly towards learning English more and bringing in experienced people. So, as and how people's demands keep changing, I keep altering the content with whatever they want to see on the channel. So that is how I tailor it according to how the audience is reacting to my videos. So that's how I create. And coming to solo content, I do a lot of research. We have AI these days. So do a lot of research. What are people wanting to see these days? What do they want to learn? So that is what I research and try to be helpful to them. So I think nowadays it's pretty easy. When I started back then, still we didn't have so much of bloom of boom of AI, like so many platforms where freely you can research stuff.
Yes, yes.
Or maybe I was not aware, I don't know, it was not there, but recently I'm a lot into AI and researching and getting to know how the market, what are the market trends. So that's how I keep tailoring.
How it has opened up like a Pandora's box. Everything is coming, nothing is left behind. Everything is there
Yeah, it
on
makes me
social
wonder
media.
what is next in the
As
future. We have
far English,
everything.
yeah, as far as English is concerned, there are so many tutors on YouTube and everywhere. So it's
Yes.
very difficult to concentrate on one. But some people like you, they just draw our attention and we stick to them.
Yes, different people have different choices, right? Some people feel that I'm really slow while speaking and they do not like that style.
Hmm.
But it's okay. You
Yes.
cannot change for every single person, isn't it? You are what you
Yeah.
are. You cannot try and fake yourself, try to speak really fast
No,
and
no need.
keep it very engaging and very active, because not everybody will like
No.
that, and I am not like that. If I try to be like that, I'll be faking it and I won't survive or I
Yeah,
won't
faking it.
sustain.
And most of the people are faking. Yeah. Until and unless they are making on screen. Eh,
But if
people do
I'm
that.
something, I
They
wanted
are,
to
they,
be here, right? I want to stay here. So if I'm trying to fake, I won't be able to do it for a long time. So I'm not
if
even attempting.
you are your authentic self and we like you, and it's very amazing to see you on screen and your composed kind of attitude that attracts me a lot.
Thank you so much. So we have 3 more minutes only left, ma'am. So is there anything you would like to add to
I,
the session?
I would like to add to this that what kind of steps I should take, what advice you will give me. Very little exposure that we have had of each other. Hello?
Yes, ma'am. I would definitely recommend you
Yes.
to join more people and have these kind of conversations. And like you told, you do not
Yes.
have proper support system for you to create videos. I
Yes.
totally understand, but
Yes.
continue teaching students whoever want to learn from you as much as you can. So that thing you can do. And
Yes.
second thing, you can reach out to YouTubers and have these kind of conversations because it's really enriching
Yes.
and people will definitely learn a lot from you.
This is my second kind of interaction with YouTube. First, I had with Neha Rana.
Okay.
She is there on YouTube. So she is
Hmm.
my mentor. She is running a WhatsApp community group, and I am a member of that, one of the
Okay. Okay.
participants.
Hmm.
So
That's
she
great
took
to
my
hear.
interview. That was also
Hmm.
nice. There was a topic of technology over there also, and here we focused on English. And it was quite enriching and amazing session. I'm so glad to have talked to you, and I feel that I'm fortunate enough, lucky enough
Oh.
to get to talk to you on this, on your platform.
And I
Thank
thank
you.
you really so much,
Thank you
like
very
for
much.
sending in the request and giving me the opportunity to talk to you and learn from your rich experience. So it was really an honor talking to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
You have a good
Thank you,
day and
Shantha.
take care of yourself.
Okay, thank you. Bye bye.